Hey friends, Josh here, founder of HR University and certified HR professional, and I'm back with another video. And we're going to talk about what employee engagement is, how it moves a company forward. In the simplest terms, if a company's employees are happy, they'll be more productive. And as a result of this productivity, a company can scale and profit faster. But what is employee engagement at its core? More importantly, how can you engage your employees or keep them productive and motivated for longer periods? Well, I have the answers for you. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And that way you can get great HR content delivered to you from HR University. And now that said, let's go ahead and jump in. So employee engagement, how's it defined? Well, it is a simple HR term and refers to the connection that employees have with their company. Employee engagement is the enthusiasm and dedication a certain worker feels and showcases in the workplace. The more employees love what they're doing, the more they feel connected to your company's purpose, the better their performance, and the more efficient your business will scale. This is why it is of the utmost importance to address employee engagement before the entire staff and elaborate on it so everyone is on the same page. An engaged employee will feel like their contribution matters to the overall results of the company they work for. They don't see paychecks as the only motivation here. Engaged workers dive deeper into their commitments and connect emotionally as well as mentally with their work, team, and organization. And the more you engage your employees, the better the image of your company. And therefore, ultimately, the more money that the company makes. Of course, not all employees have the same level of engagement. You'll find yourself face to face with some highly engaged employees, all of whom are eager to contribute to your business and stick around with your company. Then there are the moderately engaged employees. Now, these employees like their job but are looking for more improvement. They won't ask for more work, and they always feel that something is holding them back. As for the heartily engaged employees, you need to tread this matter carefully. These professionals are typically indifferent to their work and are the easiest to fall into the group of disengaged employees. This classification will help you tremendously as you determine which employees are worth the encouragement to get them to go to the next level and which simply won't do your business any justice. So what isn't considered employee engagement though? Many tend to mistake employee engagement for happiness and satisfaction of a worker, but this is not the case. The happiness of an employee has nothing to do with their productivity. They can be very happy yet still have a huge pile of work that keeps on stacking. Besides, happiness among employees is a relative thing and can be short term. For example, if an employee receives a bonus, they'll feel happy and maybe improve their work for that day. But soon enough, they'll return to their normal working habits and go back to their average level work engagement. Then there is a satisfaction of an employee. It doesn't necessarily mean that a satisfied employee is an engaged one. Many times, satisfied workers don't see the need for improvement and are quite happy with things as they are. Not only are they stuck in an endless loop, the company stagnates as well. And last but not least, many confuse employee engagement with an employee's well-being. Although a worker's well-being does contribute to their engagement, these are two very different things. Namely, the focus on employee engagement mainly falls on the employee's working life, not their private one. So what drives an employee to work harder? Well, don't try to engage your employees by using tactics that require some type of manipulation. The chances are they'll see right through it. Even worse, you can lose them and other employees as a consequence. Instead of choosing a side path, find what drives an employee, what makes them love what they're doing, and what pushes them to do more of it. Remember, not every employee bears the same drive, so be prepared to adjust based on the employee in question and their engagement level. Now, the most prominent drives for an employee are the simplest ones. You have inspiration, motivation, and commitment. Plus, an occasional thank you or good job works wonders along the way. In fact, many employees feel better and improve their productivity when they get even just a few words of affirmation from upper management. By using motivation, you can raise the morale of the whole staff, but there's also self-motivation to think about. And by self-motivation, I mean working on the motivation every employee has when improving their knowledge and skills. Many employees are going after opportunities that can increase their value. If you can pinpoint what those values are, you'll be able to enable closer contact with the employee and increase their efficiency and engagement at the same time. For example here, if an employee wants to improve in the HR sector, allow them to collaborate with a great HR manager. and watch your employee learn and thrive. Of course, showing commitment to your company will make your employees feel safer and ready to step up to the plate when necessary. And here you thought having a safety net doesn't matter in terms of increased productivity, but it does. Now, how important is employee engagement and what are its other benefits? From everything so far, you probably understood that employee engagement plays a crucial role in the success of a company. It's practically a chain reaction. If the workers are happy and engaged, you'll have a boost not just in productivity, but also in sales, reach, and ultimately profit. And in terms of benefits for your employees, you're looking at dramatically boosting their safety, happiness, health, satisfaction, and overall work performance. On the other hand, there are also benefits to the employer, such as improved customer service and loyalty, enhancing the company quality, whether that be with products, the brand, and making for greater productivity, and also earning higher profits. And you may be asking yourself, who plays a key role in engaging the employees? Employees won't just get up one day and decide that from this day onwards, they'll simply be better workers. Well, not without a much needed push. There are a few roles within a company that can collectively improve employee engagement. First, there is you, the employer. You are practically the pillar of the firm. If you feel confident about where your company is headed, the same excitement will transfer to your employees as well. Plus, sharing your vision with them will make them feel connected to your business, and it's a great way to further maintain that engagement. Also, an important factor here can be the tone you're using when communicating with your employees, as well as the information you're delivering. A few good words can push your employees toward greater productivity. And of course, being transparent with the company's progress is essential when you want to loosen up the tension seen among employees and leave hierarchy to the side. This is also where HR management can have a go at it when it comes to engaging employees. HR works from behind the scenes. They're the ones that build the bridge between the company and its employees. And HR's main role here is to ensure that an employee does stay engaged. And in case a worker is leaning towards disengagement, well, then HR management can call for accountability and find a solution to that problem. Last here, employees themselves play a key role in their own engagement. After all, no amount of input will do the trick if the worker themselves doesn't want to accept it. And what's more, if the employees offer honest feedback, both HR and the employer can devise a personal plan to help them re-engage. Okay, so how do you measure employee engagement though? Well, the easiest and most efficient way to see where you stand on employee engagement is to conduct a survey among your staff. A pro tip here is always make sure that you respect all employee feedback you receive and that you work on improving your company based on the survey results. Such surveys can be carried out at any point in the employee's development. However, it's still important to conduct them regularly or throughout the working cycle of the employee from the moment you hire them, during their stay, and all the way to their exit interview. If you have employee engagement, how can you maintain it though? Well, the best way to retain employee engagement is to create a suitable action plan to help you identify the factors that make employees more or less engaged. You may be able to find some of this data in your HRIS system. And the plan will also serve you as a tool in learning how to sustain or improve employees and their performance and how to hold them accountable when work engagement is discussed. So with the survey results in your hand, make sure that you give the feedback enough attention. Ask employees to elaborate more on the things that interest you the most and evaluate which aspects within your company can be improved to ensure everyone is engaged and as happy as they can be. And there we have it. We just went over what employee engagement is and how to make sure that you have employee engagement within your company. And if you've learned something from this video, make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you can get all new HR content from HR University, and I'll go ahead and see you in the following videos. Take care until then. Cheers.